For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
The Focus set, Paul Dingeman here. Glad you are along. We've got a very interesting show lined up for you. There's going to be a roof sit, or sit outside in the cold and the spring and the rain in the month of September. We're going to talk about that. And then a fellow by the name of Mike McCartan will be along to talk about a pop-up gala. So lots of interesting stuff. Let's begin with Sherry Archibald. Welcome back to Focus Set.
Thank you, Paul.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Deb Johnson here occasionally, about once a month. Nice to see you. And
happy to be
wanna
here.
Meet Matt Markham.
Nice to meet you,
sir.
Thank you.
Good morning host of Q Country 107. Nice to see you. Welcome to the set. Sherry, you are fairly new in this position, if I believe.
I am fairly new. Not quite a year yet.
A wonderful organization called the Child Abuse and Neglect Council.
That's
Tell me
correct.
all about what you do and what the council does.
It's a wonderful organization, and we provide child abuse prevention education to children in every school district in all of St. Clair County.
The whole
The
county.
whole county, along with parents and adults throughout the county as well. And then we also provide forensic interviewing for children of alleged sexual abuse.
Pretty difficult work. Pretty important work.
It's very important work, and it can be difficult at times, but it's also very rewarding to be out there and advocating on behalf of children who can't advocate for themselves.
Right. You do some forensic work with the children.
We do.
That is very delicate.
It's very delicate. We do that in a multidisciplinary team approach. So we have the prosecutor attorney's office, law enforcement, as well as child protective services present while we interview, so we can do a singular interview, saving the child further trauma of having to repeat that story over and over and over again.
Is that the neglect part of it, or is that the abuse part of it?
That's either or, actually. So we interview for sexual abuse and severe physical abuse or neglect.
Okay. You have had the position.
I have had the position since late September of last year, so I'm coming up on my first roof set.
And you have huge shoes that you've got to fill.
I absolutely have huge shoes to fill. Sally was the executive director and the founder of the organization. She was there 33 years. So
33.
33. I am honored to have been chosen to take her place and hope I can live up to that.
Well, I think you will. You've got.
She's been doing a great job so far.
Yeah, pretty good credentials.
It's been a lot of fun and very interesting, and I've learned a lot. So I look forward to the coming years.
Deb Johnson has been along with the organization for a long time. Do you sit on their board?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. I have been on the board, I don't even know how many years, but more than 15. And I've been the president for probably too many years. More than 6, maybe 8. I'm not even sure. I've been with the organization a long time. I remember a long time ago, my husband was actually on the larger board, and I said, I want to be on the Child Abuse and Neglect Council board because it's something that I really believe in. I mean, I'm passionate about the cause, and you know, our slogan is, it shouldn't hurt to be a child, and that's true, it shouldn't. And so I've been happy to help the organization raise money for a lot of years now. So, I mean, we've even done the roof sit for I don't even know how many years. So.
We are coming up on our 24th roof set.
24th
24th
year.
Been there, so.
No, I've not been there 24 years, but I've been there. I've been involved even before I was on the board. I used to volunteer to answer phones and stuff. It's a great event. It is the major fundraiser for the organization every year. The goal is over 100,000 to raise, and we've met that every year for as long as I can remember. And really something that a lot of people don't know about is that this organization is ran primarily on fundraised funds. They get a few grants if Sherry wants to mention that, but primarily we rely on the generosity of this community.
We do. 72% of our funding comes from locally fundraised dollars. So without the community, we couldn't provide the services we provide, and we wouldn't be able to do the prevention education, nor would we be able to provide the interviewing. So we're very thankful for the community support, and we love that they back us. This Community Roof Sit is our big week and our largest fundraiser, and so we're excited.
And even, I want her to add one more impressive fact, because this whole organization operates on a very, very small budget. Tell them, like, the annual budget.
Our annual budget is just under $350,000 a year. We have 5 employees, 3 part-time, 2 full-time, and we provided over 5,000 children prevention education last year, and we did 223 interviews of alleged abused children. So
One of the
impressive
one of your
stats.
employees is from here, from St. Clair County, St. Clair. I think.
That's absolutely correct. Lindsay Chop, who is our prevention educator.
And she's great. We had her at St. Clair Rotary a while back, and she just wowed them with the information that
She does.
she
She's
disseminated
wonderful.
to the
She does an
group.
amazing job.
She goes
Yeah.
into every school and every school district, elementary, middle, and high school. And we have only 2 that we're not in, but we will be in the fall, which is the Port Huron High School, or Port Huron School District elementary schools. We've not been in there in years, and we are going back into all of those schools starting in the fall. And so we're looking forward to that, and we'll be able to reach every child that attends school in the entire school district.
If she's a example of your employees, you guys are a great crew.
We have a
employees.
great
do.
crew. We
There's
have
a
a
great
wonderful
crew.
crew, absolutely.
Matt over here has got a new position with Q Country 107 as the morning guy.
Yes.
Replacing one of those legends.
Yes, it was brought up a couple years ago. I've been with Radio First for coming up on 4 years. And a couple of years ago, it was brought up when Chuck Santoni wants to ease into retirement. Would I be up to take his position? Without a doubt, I said yes. And
Those are
then-
nice shoes to fill, too.
Yes, those are very nice shoes. And when we were talking about it, General Manager Scott Shigley brought up roof sit. One of the first things he was like, "Are you okay doing that?" And without
You want the job, you want to sit
You
on
have
the
to
roof.
go on the road.
Want the job, sit on the roof.
Without a doubt, I said I would love
Are
to
you
take.
nuts?
I'd love to take part in roof sit, and I've seen the work that the Can Council does, of what Chuck does, and how significant it is for this community and this county. And I'm very honored, and it's awesome to play a part. It's going to be quite a whirlwind of changes to see how it all goes. Last year, I visited Chuck for a little bit, sat on the roof, and got to see what happens. I listened every year, obviously. That will be the interesting part, hearing the stories and what actually is involved in what you guys go through at the Can Council. But I'm very, very honored to play a significant role with the Can Council in raising money for the Child Abuse and Neglect Council.
If Peter in the control room will throw up those pictures, we'll talk about last year and the location last year, and then we'll build into what changes is coming. So, Peter, what have we got there? Okay, so this is the mall, and I see the 107 up on the top of the picture there.
We make it known we're there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we put our banners up
So-
all over.
Is this how you got up and down, Deb? Was it the
No.
Detroit Edison truck?
No, but one of the things I'm excited about is there is apparently a much better way to get up on our new location. But there, it's just one of those like iron bars. I mean, they're little
a
steps.
ladder.
They're steps, but they go almost
It's a straight
up.
ladder.
It's
And,
straight. It's straight
and,
up.
It's
And then
straight
on
up.
one
Yeah.
side, there's nothing to hold on to.
Ooh.
Only on one side, there's something to hold on to. And you get to the top, and you got to pull yourself out. Actually, Mike McCartans had to help me a few times to get me up over the top. And I'm kind of afraid of heights, so that the whole thing was kind of, the first time I saw it, I was like, and I wore a skirt with a suit. the
Oh,
first
my
Oh yeah,
time.
when you're wearing a
Yeah, we don't do
skirt,
that.
all
And
the
it-
dudes have to turn around.
And
Yeah.
there's keystone on there, so wrecks your heels. But
It's a
yeah,
little
so
scary.
I am excited about
It's
the
a
new
little scary.
location, especially because I guess there's a great way to get up to it.
All right, so let's see the next picture. Okay, who's this now? This is Community Roof Set for Kids,
This
but that's
is,
an interesting group.
This is an interesting group, but a great group. This is the Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Okay,
And they have been actively involved along, not only on Roof Set, but also with our Pinwheel Gardens in April. And so we have them come along, as well as we have the bikers from the American Legion, both in Marysville and
Wow.
Port Huron.
Wow.
So they all partake in Community Roof Set and help us in support of the children.
okay, next. That's Christine Newberry from St. Clair here, who works for Chemical Bank now.
Chemical Bank.
She is an active person in the community. Talk to me about
She
what
is
she's
very
doing.
active in the community. She's talking with Chuck. And Chemical Bank has always been one of our angel investors. And as a part of being an angel investor, you get to go up on the roof and have an interview with Chuck, sometimes even lunch or breakfast with Chuck. And so that's what she's doing.
Matt, I love the uniform you have to wear.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Yeah, we are Memphis, I think is what it says.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that too. Yeah.
We're going to get him a
No
Roof
suit and
Set
tie.
shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can-
Memphis is one of the schools that they bring money every year,
Every
so
year, yeah.
they probably brought him that shirt at
They
one of
probably
those
did.
times.
They
yeah.
probably did.
In case the people know, there he is
Oh.
on the left, and Scott Shigley on the right, the general manager of the radio stations, and Chuck Santoni is still with the radio station and is in the afternoon, right?
Yes, his ease into retirement was him not getting up at 4:30 in the morning, and now he's on in the afternoons, and now I'm on in the mornings, and he's still having fun doing radio, and just gave me the reins of everything else, including Roof
He's
Set.
been a great contribution to city and to the community.
Absolutely.
Here's some more of the motorcycle guys and gals. Okay. What's this story?
This is the Blow the Roof Off concert. So prior to Roof Sit, either the Friday or Saturday night before, we have the Blow the Roof Off concert, which is actually put on by Radio First and Q Country.
Okay.
And that is Scott Maneri and the Barn Burners. I always want to say that differently,
Say
but
that one now.
Scott Maneri and the Barn Burners.
Scott Maneri and the Barn Burners.
Barn
Burners.
Burners.
That's a tough
Burners.
one.
They were a fan favorite.
They are a fan favorite, and they donate their time to raise money. And so we have a concert 1 or 2 nights before the event kicks off, and it's kind of the start of all of it. And we invite people to come out, buy a ticket, enjoy the music. It's a
And
great
where's the
event.
concert?
The concert this year is going to be at the Outpost,
Oh, okay.
and so
That's authentic.
we're looking forward to that. And
it's
we will
Saturday,
have,
what's
it
it?
is Saturday the 15th of September,
Okay.
and we will open the doors at 7 o'clock. The band will start at 8, and they play for 2 hours.
Good.
It's just a great event, and have a little fun and get to know all about what we're doing.
What's the next picture there? Did a little cooking. That doesn't look like it's on a roof.
That is not on the roof. This is Bill Schroeder of Schroeder Construction and Masonry, and he is generously donates his time every year to provide hot dogs and fresh cut French fries at our Walk for Kids' Sake the Sunday of Roof Sit. And he donates that and just asks for a donation from anyone who wants to have lunch that day. He does all of the cooking and takes care of us, and he's there every single year.
That unit looks like it's been used to make a lot of people happy.
And he makes great French fries.
French
So
fries
you
are
definitely want to
delicious.
come out and have some French
Okay,
fries.
next. And this is part of the sponsoring groups, one of the high school groups.
Actually, this is the Northern Volleyball Group,
Okay.
and we typically get the volleyball group and the National Honor Society from Northern come out and help us on our what was the Walk for Kids' Sake. And we have the kids come to the park and play games and do different things along with eating the delicious French fries. And they come and help out and man all the games.
Okay, great, good-looking group. The fire department from Port Huron, and that's ladder number 95, I bet.
Yeah, and this picture, actually, that is the fire department from Fort Gratiot.
Oh, Fort Gratiot,
Because it
okay.
was Birchwood Mall.
Right.
And so they have the honor of lifting Chuck up onto the roof every year for the last 23 years. So
Okay.
we appreciate their help along the way.
All right, next. There he is right there.
He's waving goodbye, I believe, to his wife.
See you in a week.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's more, oh, that's
The
Jeeps.
the
This-
Jeep Brigade or whatever.
like
This
the
is
Blue-
the Blue Water Jeep Club,
Yeah.
and they raise funds and come out and do a parade through town, and then come up to the Birchwood Mall every year and park out front,
Okay.
and have a picture taken and donate funds as well. And they're a big supporter of Community Roof Set as well.
Okay, and next. Oh, there he is, the police chief and
The duo.
the duo, and
Sheriff
the county
Donnelly.
prosecutor. Good picture. And there they are again with Miss Deb Johnson on the far left, Chuck Santoni on the far right, and
Will Wolford.
Will. Now this is the picture that we were holding till the end, because this is your
That's
new location. You decided to change.
We did.
Let's talk about that and what this is.
Well, after 23 years, and I suppose new leadership, new vision, there was some discussion about maybe it's time to do something different, freshen it up a little bit,
Freshening, yeah, I was
and
gonna say fresh.
or at least have that in the back of our mind and thinking forward what we might want to do differently. And so we kind of presented that and talked about it and decided that we would in fact move it this year. And so we have a new location, and we are moving from the Birchwood Mall to the rooftop of Michigan Mutual Mortgage Company.
What a great corner.
And it's a beautiful corner. We'll be right downtown. You see the view that Matt is
Beautiful
going
view.
to
Yeah,
have.
I'm really,
so
I'm
he's
really
excited.
Yeah.
And if you happen to, if you're standing on the roof looking this way, if you turn to the right, you can actually see the water.
Yep.
So he's going to have a beautiful location. They've got a great roof. And as Deb said, they have a full stairway
They have
all the way up.
Full of real
So
stairs,
we
not,
don't have to-
not like the.
Don't have to climb a ladder. We can walk right up onto the roof. So we're very excited
Mark
about
and Hale
that change.
Walker own the building, and that's wonderful.
They
got
do.
involved.
They
and,
do, yeah.
That they're going to let you use it. That's
We,
great.
we met with them, and they're excited to have us there as much as we are excited to be there. So that is the first of many changes we have for the week, and that is obviously the new location. And with that comes, we couldn't do the walk from Lakeside Park to the mall because we're not going to be at the mall. So we are no longer having a walk for the kids. Instead, we are having Sunday Fun Day.
Okay.
And on Sunday from 12:30 to 3, up until the point we put Matt up on the roof, we are having just a carnival atmosphere. We have a petting zoo, pony rides, we have carnival games, face painting,
And what
balloon
Sunday is
twisting.
this?
This is Sunday, September 16th.
September 16th.
And we will be in the parking lot back behind the Michigan Mutual building.
Big,
and
big,
so
big
we
parking
have,
lot there.
we do, we have the Michigan Mutual Times Herald parking
Right.
lot, as well as the Community Foundation parking lot. We'll have the hot dogs and french fries, as well as all of the activities for the kids. I just want to make it a real fun event. Instead of having to do the walk, just come on out, enjoy the day, have some fun. And at 3 o'clock, we'll bring everybody out to the front of the building and watch Matt go up onto the roof.
And then
And
it starts.
ascend to the roof.
Yes.
He will ascend
It
to the
then
roof
starts, yes.
in a bucket truck.
Mhm.
So it'll be
And
exciting.
What will your plan be for the week? Are you going to live there?
Yes, it's. I do not leave the roof for the entire week. Chuck and I are going to discuss what I need to bring, what I don't need to bring, what people help out when it comes to food and everything. But yeah, for a week I'm living up there and do
Let
not
the
leave.
beard grow a little more?
Yep, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
shave clean on Sunday before the carnival and then probably look like a caveman by the end of the week.
That'd be
And
fun.
hopefully have lots of money
You're
raised.
going to have
Lots of money.
before and after pictures.
Yes,
We
yeah.
should.
I actually, from what Chuck says, I might actually gain weight because
You
he
will.
was
He
treated
eats so
well.
much
He
food.
was treated well. I'm excited about that as well.
So many good people bring food. I used to bring food until I realized how much food was up there
You
from
didn't need
everybody
to.
else. I didn't need to bring it anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we have good meals up there, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
The local restaurants throughout the region really are very generous, and they donate breakfast, lunch, and dinner to what was Chuck and
Matt.
now Matt, and snacks and anything he wants. People will bring him treats and candy and all sorts of things. So he'll have a good time, and he's actually got it good. Chuck had to
Yeah.
start up there with nothing but a tent. Now there's a shower. And
It's
a
really
bed.
pretty nice now.
Yeah. We made
It's
it
a
a little
lot
bit more
nicer.
luxurious. So
Yeah,
I'm okay
yeah.
with that
Only
too.
It's a
what
little
you
more.
deserve.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Chuck and I were talking the other day, and he was bringing up all the changes, and he brought that up exactly. He's like, man, when I started, we didn't have any of this, and now you've got the nice
I had to
roof.
milk
I get a
3
view,
cows and
view of
Yeah,
freighters.
He said he used to have to stand in, there's a porta john up there because he had to have a spot for the bathroom, and he would stand over it with a hose, a cold hose, and that's how he would rinse up. So yeah, now that's all better. So there's actually a makeshift shower
Yeah.
that
It's a
somebody
lot
made.
nicer.
So
high tech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice
It
little
is.
vacation
Yeah.
while raising money for a good cause.
Right.
Right.
All righty, let's go through the dates, time again of when people can get involved. How do they contribute? They got to listen to the radio show?
They have to listen to the radio show and call in and give pledges. So we have a couple other changes, and we'll go through that along with the dates and times.
Okay.
We will put Matt up on the roof on Sunday, September 16th, and he will stay there until 6 o'clock on Friday the 21st.
Okay.
And he cannot come down. In the history of the 23 years, Chuck came off the roof one time in the middle of the night because there was lightning, and he was down for approximately 20 minutes. So other than that, they stay up there, so we'll be doing that. We are changing the hours. We have historically been on the roof, and he's been live from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Okay.
This year, Matt will be live from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with the exception of Wednesday, which he'll either stay live or come back on the air until 8 o'clock on Wednesday, because that's when our Blue Water Jeep Club will be coming.
Oh,
And so we have to have him back on for that. We promised that. And so we'll be doing that as well. And then on Wednesday of that week, we have in the past always had the 5x5, which is the Deb Johnson, Mike McCartan in the past, along with Tim Dallin and Mike Landon, and they compete. It started out to
Right.
raise $5,000 by 5 o'clock, and I think they blew that out of the water by 10 a.m. And so as we move forward, we decided that it probably needed a new name because 5x5 didn't work. And there's a few other changes with that as well that I'm going to let Deb talk about.
Well, Mike McCartan announced his retirement from the roof last
No.
year. And but I've been begging him actually, since then till now to come back on the roof with me because he loves me on the radio. You know that.
Right.
He's gonna be your next guest. He likes,
thank you very much and good afternoon.
Yeah. So and he's very good at it. So I'm hoping he's got some things going on, but hopefully he will show up at least for a part of that day. But so we did change the name, like Sherry said, but also I have scheduled and have been asking people to be like my secret guests, my secret weapons that will hopefully bring up some money to help because it was always me and Mike against the sheriff and the prosecutor. So
Right.
now it's me and my team, I guess, against the sheriff and the prosecutor. And so I just want to know, I want to know how much the prosecutor and the sheriff watch your show because I want you to be one of my secret guests.
Well, I'll be happy to be a secret guest.
So we'll just
Do
confirm.
I have to wear a costume?
No, you can dress comfortably. I don't know exactly what the roof looks like up there, but I would dress very comfortably, wear flat shoes, and dress for any kind of weather, I suppose.
put most of my high heels away.
Okay, good.
They're not allowed on the roof, so
So
that's
we'll pick a time closer to the event, and hopefully
Good.
you'll come up and
I'd
you'll
be happy
help
to.
me raise some money and help bring some money up there with you.
love to
And
do it.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I have a lineup. I think there's about 7 people altogether that have agreed to come up that day. And even if Mike comes, he'll help interview or, joke around or whatever. We do a lot of stuff. We have a lot of fun that day. But also during that day, we do want to educate about why we're up on the roof. And so yeah, it's a great day. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a great
And
project.
I
Great
hope
project.
it's nice weather. Last year was good weather.
Last
year was warm.
It was
It was
very
warm.
It was warm,
It was
yeah.
very
Very
warm.
warm.
But we've been up there when it's been rainy, cold, and the tent that we sit under has leaks and things like that. But hopefully it will be.
That's when Larry Smith was around as
That's it. It was all his fault.
new
It was
general
all his
manager, you get a
fault.
new tent.
Yeah.
So one thing that you could tell your readers, maybe you want to write this down though. Is the number going to change, or no? Will it be the
The
same?
number is not going to change. The number
Okay.
will be the same.
So it's 866-852-KIDS, KIDS.
Oh, that's a great number.
Yeah.
So our new name for that Wednesday is Rooftop Rally, and
Rooftop Rally, I like
the
that.
team will be up on the roof rallying to raise funds and competing against each other. And for those who have not ever tuned in to hear them, it is the most enjoyable day on the radio you'll ever experience. They are great fun, and so you can call in on that day or any other day, and we can have someone just walk up and give a pledge. They can call in and give their pledge. They can
And
donate
throw it up on the roof.
any way they want. We take it up on a bucket. So
Oh,
that's how
okay.
we'll deliver all of Matt's food as well, as up on a bucket.
Okay.
And for
Yeah,
those that
there's
have
a
been
little pulley
listening,
system. It's like,
yeah, just a little pulley system. And then we do have one last surprise, and that is for those who are brokenhearted that Chuck won't be there. Chuck is going to be on the air from 2 to 6 with Matt each day.
Oh, good, good.
So
That's good. Is
he's
he
gonna-
on the roof or in the studio?
He will go up on the roof with Matt, and they will
Share a microphone.
transition and share the mic and do it together. So we get
That's even better.
2 for the
It's even
price of
better.
1. So we're excited about that as well.
Well, it's great that Radio First is supporting the whole project and has been doing that for so long
It is.
with their management and allowing these guys to do it. And
Absolutely. We can't thank them enough for what they've done over the years, as well as Birchwood Mall for allowing us to do it
Right.
there for 23 years, and now Michigan Mutual.
well,
A
it's
great
wonderful,
thanks to
a
them.
wonderful new opportunity.
It
Well, we
is.
salute all of you.
Thank you.
Sherry, congratulations on your new
Thank you very
position.
much.
Deb, always a pleasure to see you.
Same.
Matt, nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
And you do a good job on the air. And this is the date. It's starts the 16th of September and goes through the 21st at 6 p.m. and we need your money. So that's
And
what
Paul
the
needs
bottom-
extra money.
And I need extra money to go up with Deb. We'll be back with the aforementioned Mike McCartan in just a second. Back with a friend, and this is really a friend, Mr. Mike McCartan. Welcome back to the Focus Set. Nice to see you, sir.
My pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I see you many times here when you're in a thespian role.
Correct.
But today your role is a little different. You are working for the St. Clair Art Association with a fundraising and fun project. What's it all about?
That's correct. Actually, I'm here on behalf of my wife, Helen, who is heading up a committee via the Art Association that is a fundraiser with a unique twist. And this
What
is-
would that twist be, sir?
Well, it's one of those twists, you got to stay with me all the way to the end.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll be quiet. a little.
No, I don't mean it that way, but it's there's an event. It's called a pop-up gala. It's scheduled for September the 8th, downtown in the mall in the open area there,
The new area, I think they're calling it the Plaza Park,
Plaza Park.
something like that.
Yeah, beautiful setting, and there's going to be dinner there
Really?
with an 8-piece orchestra that will play user-friendly music all the way from Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson and Motown and everything
Wow.
in between. It is intended to be a fundraiser for the association, so the tickets are $35 a piece.
Right.
And you might say, well, so what do I get for $35?
Right.
Well, you get the opportunity to raise funds for the St. Clair Art Association.
That's really a good thing. I'm going to stop you there because so many times you buy tickets and you say, "What? How much food am I going to get? And how many free drinks am I going to get? And how many?" But the point of all these and most of these events is to raise money for the organization.
That's
So
correct.
you guys are out front and saying that's what this is going to be.
Yeah, and so out front on it that we are providing the music, and I can tell you I've listened and watched the band, and they are just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I think against the backdrop of the St. Clair River on the September evening,
Yeah.
that in and of itself is worth the $35. So then you ask, well, what's the dinner? Well, here's where it's unique. The expectation is that once you pay your $35, you are entitled to come there with your own table,
Your own table,
your own chairs.
my own chairs.
We need a nice tablecloth white tablecloth on your table.
Can't have a black table. Oh, you could probably have a black one.
You could, because actually the theme is going to be black and white, but probably black and white. And to make it even more interesting, you bring your own dinner. And
So I go to McDonald's ahead of time, get a carryout bag, and come. No.
actually, you probably can go to some of the restaurants, and we know Neiman's for sure, who will be involved in this and will have prepackaged meals that you can bring with you. And
What a great idea.
yeah, it's like a block party, except it's in town.
Yeah.
And it's all the intent is to get people together, have a good time, listen to some music, certainly available to dancing. There'll be dancing available right there in the plaza. But it is to celebrate the arts, to recognize that this is money going for the arts. And it's copied after a place in Collingwood in New Jersey. And they had where it was considered en blanc, which means white in French. We thought maybe black and white would be nice. So what we're asking for is to get in the spirit,
Yeah.
to get into the mood of it, to make everything black and white. So in your case, I've seen you in your black shoes and white socks, so you're halfway there yourself.
Normally, it's the white shoes with the black sock. If Peter will throw up those pictures in the back here, we'll talk about that Collingwood event, and that's your logo, Pop-Up
Yes,
Gala.
Pop-Up Gala.
Okay, and the next one is, there's your whole logo.
So you have the details there. It's on the 8th. It's from 6:30 to 11. Registration will be in the North End parking lot. The $35 a person. We're asking to wear black and white or a combination of both. And as I said, you bring your own items: tables, chairs, non-disposable place settings. We want to class the place up, so we're not looking for paper plates. So we'd like you to bring real plates, food, and a drink, and that includes adult beverages.
Okay,
for those
but
of you
you bring
inclined.
your own.
Yes. This is the orchestra. It's going to be an 8-piece orchestra. It'll have brass, acoustics, percussion, lead singer, the
Where
whole
are they
nine.
out of?
They are out of all over Southeast Michigan,
Okay.
and they play all over the United States Midwest primarily, Chicago, et cetera.
All right, so this is the concept.
This is the concept.
Sitting outside, nice tablecloths, nice view, and in this case, you're bringing your own food and your own utensils.
As they did there.
Yeah.
They brought their own.
This is
So-
Collingwood, New Jersey.
Yeah. So if you've
Oh,
lost,
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, if you've lost that cart that you've used to have years ago, you'll need it because you can pack it up with your food and your chairs and et cetera. And as I said, have fun, like the gentleman there with the white face mask that
Right.
that he's got on. So, we don't talk to each other very much anymore, and so
Correct.
this is an opportunity. There'll be no 50-50, no silent auction, no baskets, nothing. We're just simply
Pay
asking
your
for the
$35.
pleasure of your company, bring your family, your friends.
I like it.
And enjoy the music. And for those of us who take for granted how beautiful downtown St. Clair is, this will be an opportunity on a nice evening to really appreciate it.
The 8th of September, what day is that?
That is on a Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's a Saturday.
Yes, we're
And-
hoping it does. It's a busy time of the year, and we
Right.
recognize that. And we don't want people to feel intimidated, what if, whatever. This is the first event. It's the first opportunity. It's an experiment. We want to see if it works. We think it will, and then we'll grow it from there, we hope.
If inclement weather comes along, and it never will, you do have plans to just move into the mall hallways in that area.
Yeah, there is a backup plan to accommodate the band, and then for people who are familiar with the mall, there's lots of covered areas
there is.
there, and so we'll just improvise. But the tables, we're not going to have assigned places, so you can come set up with your family and friends. You know,
On the grass? Or?
on the grass, as close to the band or as far away as you would like. It will be somewhat restricted in that because potentially there's alcohol there, people will not be allowed to take it outside a certain confined area. And, you know, for people who just happen to show up in St. Clair that evening, there'll be a band there that they can just sit and listen to and
At no charge.
at no charge. You know, we think it's
Should put a kettle out and throw some.
it's probably a good idea. But it's a contribution back to the community. And again, you know, we have some great example of public art right there in the mall. The art gallery itself will be open, and we're hoping that people will take advantage of going in there. They may not even know it exists. And this will be an opportunity to see
The
it.
Alice Moore Art Center has been there for probably 20 years plus.
Plus, yeah.
And has been a great contribution to the community. But you still need financial support. You do sell art out of there, but you still have your expenses. You do a lot of classes, and you do lots of wonderful things.
And
But-
lots and lots of volunteers. I
Yeah.
mean, the community just, you know, sort of rises up and takes care and puts these on. And I can tell you, Helen and the committee have put hundreds of hours into putting this on because they care about the arts and they want to see it survive and they
Right.
want to see it thrive. And, you know, while we're in, you know, maybe this little hiatus before, you know, the St. Clair Inn rises from the ashes, this I think can go down as an event that people will put in their calendars every year and say, you know, I want to come back. I want to be a part of this.
Well, the first one's going to be September the 8th.
That's
and
correct.
It starts at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 6:30 will be registration. The band will probably start playing around 7 or so, but 6:30 you can come in and get set up. And you know, there's no elaborate program where, you know, it'll be emceed and people will have an opportunity to know
Right.
what to expect on the program. Last dance is 11 o'clock. The band is contracted up until that period of time. So
The name of the band again was Blue
the
Water.
Blue Water Kings.
Blue Water Kings. Look them up on the web, and you'll
Yes.
see how much you're going to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. McCartan, always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingaman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingaman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.